it's all about the amount of hours that you're able to put into practice, right? So when you're younger, basically what it comes down to is that those hours are a little bit easier to put in. You don't have much responsibilities. If you live with your parents, that's even better. You don't have bills to pay. You don't have kids that you have to support, or like a wife that you have to support, or anything like that. And it makes finding those hours, or like putting a lot of time into the art a lot easier. When you get older, there's just all this stuff that keeps piling up, and it's easy to feel demotivated when you have like this extra weight on your shoulders, right? But it doesn't mean that you don't have time. There's always ways to find time. I've talked to many people about this, and a lot of them that they're making it work, and it's just they have like the craziest schedules. They have like they're working 2 or 3 jobs, and still somehow they find enough time. And by that I mean, by enough time, I mean multiple hours a day. That's how much you should be practicing. If you're young or old, it really doesn't matter. But if you're old, like it's bullshit. It's kind of like a guideline if you want to have some sort of an idea how long from being complete shit to being hireable, whatever. About 4 to 5 hours a day. If you do that for 2.5 years to 3 years, you should be in a position to be hired if you started from nothing. And that's a lot of time. Alright, so 5 hours a day, every day. You don't skip, right? It's every day. If you skip a day, the next day you have to do 10. And those 5 hours every week, every month, they add up. If you're really old, just know that in 3 years, if you put crazy amount of time into this, you'll probably be in a really good spot. Of course, it depends how well you study and what you study, and if you practice things that are completely unrelated. Of course, that's gonna make that period of time a little bit longer, maybe a lot longer. But if you find the right resources, if you find the right people to help you, and you're studying and practicing in a smart way, 3 years is a reasonable amount of time for anybody. Yeah, so you can calculate that amount of time. 3 years, 5 hours a day, what that means for if you're working 2 hours a day, or if you're working 1 hour a day. The number of years just grows and grows and grows. So personally, what I was doing when I was a kid, not a kid, but when I was younger, I had the privilege of living with my parents, so I didn't have bills to pay, and I could spend pretty much all the time I wanted, painting, other than of course going to school and doing homeworks. But that meant that I would spend like 6, 7, sometimes more hours a day just painting. So of course I wouldn't do it every day, but yeah, like back then that was a lot of time. So it's a lot of hours. There was a big period of growth for me in my early career because of that, because I was in that position where I could spend all that time. So anyways, going back to the age thing, the age doesn't matter. It's just the amount of time and how fast you're willing or able to put in practice hours. That's it.